Hello students, coming to understand the joint stock company, we will understand there are two types of companies. One is the private companies and the other is public companies. Both of them are formed under the Companies Act 2013. Earlier it was 1956. Now there is a slight variation between the private company and public company. To understand in short, I'll tell you public company means where the shares will be subscribed by the public, where the shares will be offered to the public to subscribe the shares and make their investment in the company. If not, then the company can have their own members who will be able to bring in capital. Then in such a case it is called as a private company. Now there are still some differences which we will learn as to what is a private company. In case of private company, it restricts the right of members to transfer of shares. Like we said, the members will bring in capital and such capital is called as in small portions they are called as shares and they become the shareholders. But in case of private company, they will not be able to in case a member needs to sell any share so that he can get the capital amount back, so he needs to sell it to some other person who's interested in buying and investing in the company. This is possible in case of public company, but in private company a member cannot transfer his shares in the name of any other person. Then the number of members which are required is minimum 2 and maximum there can be 200 members in private company, whereas in public company there should be minimum 7 members and the maximum number, there is no maximum number, unlimited number of members. There can be as many members in case of public company, but in private it is maximum 200 members. Then in private company it does not invite public to subscribe its shares, as I discussed it earlier. Company should use, once it is a private company, once it is registered, incorporated as a private company, then after its name it should enter these two words. Like suppose I say Sarita Private Limited Company, so these names should come after its name. If a private company, if however any of these provisions are not followed, if any there is a deviation in how they work, in how they operate, then it will cease to be a private company. It will lose all the exemptions and privileges. See, there are some benefits earned when a company is registered as a private company. So those benefits are called as exemptions or privileges. Means, see, if it's a company as a public company, then they have to follow a lot of rules and regulations that are given under Companies Act. But being a private company, they have a lot of exemptions. What are these exemptions? Like they can start with minimum 2 members, whereas here there are 7 members required. Then there is no need to make any prospectus in case of private company, because prospectus is a document which is prepared when the company has to issue the shares to the public. And because private company does not issue shares to the public, there is no need to make any prospectus. And making a prospectus is again a very long tedious job which is to be done by the company officials. So that making of prospectus is not required in case of private company, because they are not issuing any shares to public. Now, shares can be allotted without receiving minimum subscription of 90% of shares. Suppose if the company has decided that they should have a capital of say 10 lakhs, but if only 9 lakh has been received, if suppose if not 9 lakh, 8 lakh has been received, which is 80%. So even if they have not received 90% of the capital, they can still go ahead and start their company, and they will get a certificate of incorporation and the private company can start the business. But this does not happen in public company. They should have that minimum 90% of subscription of shares from the public. Only then can they start their operations. they can start their business. So this is one advantage being a private company. They don't have to wait for 90% minimum. It can be less than 90% also, and they can start their business. Now private company should have minimum 2 directors, while in public company 3 directors are needed. So that is one advantage. You need only 2 directors, whereas in public company 3 directors, and maximum there can be 15 directors in both of the cases. Both private and public, they can have maximum 15 directors. Now another exemption or privilege enjoyed by private company is they need not keep any index of members as in public company. Obviously, because in public company they are issuing shares to the public, so they need to keep an index of members. But in private company, that index of members, that is a document like a register of members, which is not required by them. So this is how we have studied the private company and public company. And there's a table given in your text also, which shows the difference between the private company and public company. You're requested to follow it. Thank you.